What is up, all my baddies? It is your girl Asharnay, and I am back again with another video. So y'all, today's video is going to be something that I feel like I wanted to bring onto my channel because I am somebody who suffers from PCOS. And if you don't know what PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and that basically just means that you have like a bunch of cysts on your ovaries and things like that. And so you have basically different reactions to it. Like, I know some people suffer from hyperpigmentation, some people suffer from hirsutism. I think that's the name for it, when you have like an overgrowth of facial hair. Honestly, y'all, I'm gonna really try my hardest not to say a lot, because y'all know that's just in my fucking vocabulary and it's so terrible, but I'm working on it. Okay, so yeah, anyway, yeah, like I said, some people do suffer from hirsutism, which is the hair growth on your, I think some people suffer from it on their décolleté. Some people suffer from it on their face and different areas and things like that. Some women have deeper voices. It's basically just like you have more testosterone, I believe. Don't get me wrong, this is just information that I have had told to me, and this is basically the information that I'm giving out and what I was told. So basically I noticed basically like a overgrowth, or my hair started to grow a lot on my face after I had my son in 2015. And obviously it started off like 1 or 2 hairs, and then it started to get very excessive. And it's something that I've always been a little insecure about, because I know that when it starts to grow out too much, if I can see it, I know everybody else can see it, and it's just like an embarrassing type of thing. I'm basically here to give you guys advice on how I deal with my PCOS, and also the title of the video, I believe I'm going to title it something along the lines of how I got pregnant by myself with PCOS. Also, that's another thing with PCOS. Some women do suffer from infertility when it comes to PCOS, and that just means that it's way harder. It doesn't mean that you can't have kids when you have PCOS, but it does mean that it's a little harder for you, or it's not as easy, because most women don't have periods. Either they don't have periods or their periods last too long. I'm someone that did not have a period when I was diagnosed with the PCOS, and obviously if you don't have a period, you don't have a cycle every month, you don't ovulate, and how are you gonna have kids? So yeah, basically that's what it was. And some of my previous videos, I know that I spoke about me never being officially diagnosed with it, and the reason that I say it that way is because basically I obviously went to the doctor because I noticed that I was not having my period, and I also noticed that I was having my facial hair, and I also started to grow hair on my chest area and my décolleté area. And obviously, like I said, I was very insecure about it. My mom basically told me, like, don't shave, because if you shave, it's gonna come back thicker and things like that. And so I was super scared to shave it. I started to get very sad because I felt like a lot of the things that I was trying just was not working anymore. Like, I tried to do Nair, the facial hair Nair, that stopped working after a while, or I had to do it too often, and then I actually started to burn my skin, and that just kind of like turned me off from working with it at all. And then also I tried to use a epilator, I think that's what it's called. It's kind of like a tweezer, like an electric tweezer. I think that's what it is, or basically that's what it seemed like what it was. That shit hurt, and I just did not want to have to deal with it no more. Like, it was just too much for me. So basically I ended up going to the doctor, and the young lady that I spoke to was actually a physician's assistant, because my primary care physician was unavailable that day. So I had to actually see a primary care physician. I mean, what did I call her? A physician's assistant. And I felt like she just wasn't hands-on, or she just basically acted like she didn't even care. It was basically like, bitch, I'm about to give you these tests and that's just what it is. And that's exactly how I felt, and that's exactly how she treated me. Like I was just a number and she was just about to run these tests, and that's just what it was. So basically they drew blood from me, and she was saying that all of the tests that I had, it came back normal. And I'm just like, if everything is coming back normal, why am I not having a period? Something is just like not right. Mind you, at the time, this was prior to me having my VSG surgery, so I was very, very heavy. And a lot of the times when you are bigger, when you're overweight and you go to the doctor and you complain about something, their first thing is always, oh well, it's because you need to lose weight, oh it's because you're big, oh it's because this, it's big. I don't want to hear that every single time. Like, I understand that, and this is something that I have to accept later on, because I do feel like every time anybody that is overweight goes to the doctors kind of just shoo them off and be like, well, you just need to lose weight. And sometimes that's not always the problem. Like sometimes there's more, or there's something you can do. Like, okay bitch, I'm fat, so now what can we do? Like, I'm fat but I'm still not having a period, so now what? You know what I mean? So it's just like, I feel like being overweight, we are very mishandled when it comes to certain things, and so that just wasn't enough for me. So I ended up going to a OBGYN in my area, and I spoke with him. His name was Dr. Chun, and that was actually like the most amazing experience I've ever had, like at an OBGYN. I know it's crazy to say, but I just really felt like he cared, and he seen how it was affecting me, and it seemed like he really wanted to help. And so anyway, I went to the OBGYN. I spoke with him. I told him my symptoms. I told him that I was not having a period. I told him that after I had my son, I felt like my voice got a little bit deeper. And I also told him about the facial hair, the overgrowth of facial hair that I was having. And right off the bat, he was just like, it sounds like you have polycystic ovarian syndrome. And at first, I wasn't too knowledgeable about what PCOS was. I had never heard of it before. Like, not a lot of people don't talk about it. My mom doesn't have it, so nobody in my family that I know of has it. So it was just something that was just kind of like, okay. And so I remember when I was researching about PCOS, I kind of started to get discouraged, because most of the time everything that comes up is basically like infertile, you have fertility issues, you know, you don't have a period. So if you don't have a period, how could you be releasing eggs every month and have a baby and things like that? And at the time, that is something that I was just like, okay, eventually I'm gonna want to have kids. And if I can't have kids, like, bitch, I'm gonna be sad as fuck. Like, you know? So basically, he actually recommended birth control, obviously. And I didn't want to get on birth control because, like I said, I wanted to have kids, and I've done so much research on birth control, and I just feel like birth control is not for me. I personally just don't want to expose my body to things that are in birth control. To each his own. That's just my personal preference. I just didn't want it, and I'm probably never going to get on it, and that's just what that is. And so anyways, I was talking to my doctor about it, and so he was just like, well, what is your goal right now? Like, are you trying to have a baby right now? Are you trying to just regulate your period? Like, what is it? And I basically told him, like, my biggest thing right now is me trying to regulate my period. And one thing that he did tell me, and it wasn't something that he focused on the whole entire time, which I appreciated, was the fact that I was overweight. And I think that that had a lot to do with the fact that I was not having a period, along with me also having PCOS. However, a lot of people don't realize that not being overweight is not a choice, if that makes sense. Like, some people genuinely cannot fucking go to the gym and just lose all the weight. Like, everybody is not the same, especially in women, and you have PCOS and you have a hormonal imbalance. You physically cannot lose the weight by yourself. Like, sometimes you genuinely need that extra help when it, as far as like surgeries and, you know, things like that. And that's the route that I took, because I felt like that was the best the best decision for me. Excuse me if I pause a lot, y'all. I'm trying not to say but anyway, yeah, so that is basically what my thing was. I told him I'm trying to regulate my periods. I just want to feel more healthy. And he was just like, okay, look, I can recommend you some vitamins. I don't remember what the vitamins were. I forget the name of the vitamins. I'm not even gonna cap. I don't remember the name of them at all. But he did give me a name for vitamins, and then he also told me about possibly trying to lose weight. Now, obviously, I tried to lose the weight by myself in the beginning. It didn't work out, so I decided to go and have VSG. If you haven't looked at all my other videos, you guys can go look at my other videos in regards to me having VSG. I'm not going to really go into detail about that, but that was one of the things that helped me lose weight. And I also think that that's one of the things that helped me become more healthy and become more fertile. So yeah, after I lost the weight, I lost about 100 pounds, or between like 90 to 95 pounds I lost with VSG. And after that, I believe I had one period after I had the surgery, and then after that I didn't have a period at all. And like I said, in my previous videos, I did have VSG in August of 2019. And so honestly, I wasn't trying to have a baby at the time that I went to the doctor to figure out what was going on with my body. I genuinely just wanted to figure out what the fuck was going on so that I can correct it, so that when it was time for me to try and have a baby, I could do it. I was able to go and get pregnant. And so then I obviously met my boyfriend, and I need to stop saying that I met my boyfriend. I met that boy in the year 2000. No, I did not meet him 2000. I'm lying my ass off. I met him in 2005, 2004, 2005, something like that. We were in 7th fucking grade. We were 11 years old. I was 11, he was 12, something like that. Anyway, I came back into contact with my boyfriend in 2020, and I actually stated previously that after my son's father and I lost our son, we did try again to try to have another baby right after, and it just was not working. And to be honest with you, I feel like a part of that was for a reason. Whatever that reason was, God just was like, either you're not ready or you guys are not made to have a kid together. And that's just what that is. It's something that, you know, it's a hard pill to swallow, but it was not meant to be. And I say that, and you guys are going to realize that later on in the video why I say it just was not meant to be. And genuinely, I feel like most women, and obviously when you're trying to conceive, you don't want to hear this, but when the time is right, it's gonna happen for you. Like when God is ready for you to have this blessing, it's gonna happen to you. When God feels like you're ready for this blessing, it's gonna happen. It might not always happen when you're ready for it to happen, but when he's ready for it to happen, it will happen. And that was something that I had to accept, because like I said, we were trying so hard, my son's father and I, we were trying so hard to have another baby like right after my son. And I know most people say that you're most fertile right after you have your other baby. So the fact that it was not happening, I wasn't even thinking like, oh, I could be infertile or anything like that. I was not thinking that at all, because at the time I didn't even know that I had PCOS. And so, or I was having infertility issues. I'm just thinking, well, I'm just not having a period, so like whatever. But anywho, so like I said, I ended up reconnecting with my boyfriend, and obviously we were doing the do, we were doing the nasty. And so I was never on birth control, we were not using protection, but we also were not thinking about having a kid. Like, I know that that's crazy to say, because it's just like, girl, like that's a recipe for having a kid. But like like I've been saying throughout this whole video, I hadn't had a period. So this whole time, especially while he's here, I'm like, I'm not about to get pregnant. Like, I can't get pregnant. Like, in my head, I'm thinking I can't get pregnant. And so I decided to do some research because, like I said, I got tired of not having a period, and I just knew like something is not right. Like I need to have my period. So I went and I did some research, and I came across a vitamin, and the vitamin is called Maca Root. This is the what is this? Natural Life Labs Maca Root, and this is 1900 milligrams, and it's mixed with red, black, and yellow. It's 150 capsules. I got this one off of Amazon. I'll show you guys the bottle. I used actually 2 different Maca Roots. I used this one in the beginning, and how many are, I think you're supposed to take 2. I don't know, I think you're supposed to take 2. I used to take 1 in the morning with food, and then 1 at night with my dinner. And yeah, so I want to say I took these pills for about, I want to say 2 weeks. Y'all, within like the second week, the second, third week, I had my period. And I knew, like, nobody cannot tell me that these capsules did not help me conceive. Like, nobody cannot tell me that. And like I said, I say that because I have been trying. Like, I have really been trying, and it could be God. It could be the fact that God was just like, this is the person that you're supposed to be having kids with. Like, this is the person, like, this is why I'm letting you have a kid now, because this is the person that you're supposed to be having a kid with. Or it could be the fact that I was taking these Maca Root pills. So this is this is one of the brands that I was taking. This is the regular version. They also have an extra strength that I also started to take. There was no specific reason why I switched from these to the other ones. I just wanted to try the extra strength ones just to see, and they both worked for me. I took these every single day. Like I said, the second or third week I ended up having my period. I want to say after a month and a half of taking these, I also started to see the hair growth on my face slow down tremendously. Now, the reason I say that is because I used to have to shave my face, I want to say like every 2 to 3 days. And even now it's like that, because I feel like everything kind of like reversed after I got pregnant, because I had to stop taking the Maca Root. But anyway, I had to shave my face every 2 to 3 days before taking the Maca Root. Once I started taking that Maca Root, you guys, I probably shaved my face like maybe once or twice a week. Now, I also never used a regular razor to shave my face. No, I'll take that back. I used to, and I realized how harsh the regular razor was. So I actually ended up switching to the eyebrow razors. I don't know if you guys can see, but these are super cheap. I always keep these on hand, and they're like $1 at the 99-cent store for like 7 of them. So I always just get a pack of these, and I just shave my face whenever I need to. And then I usually throw these away every 2 weeks, just to switch them out, so you know it doesn't get dirty, or you know, so the bacteria doesn't build up on them and things like that. So that's also what I noticed also while taking the Maca Root. What else? I also noticed, and hopefully people that are watching this are of age, but listen, if you have a problem with dryness in your cootie cat area, baby, listen, I'm telling y'all, like, I always try to put everybody onto Maca Root. Like, even if you don't have problems with trying to conceive or anything like that, like, I literally feel like anything as far as, like, you know, woman issues going on down there, Maca Root is gonna be your best friend. Now, I've never had an issue with dryness per se. I feel like whenever I did have an issue with dryness, it's just because I wasn't supposed to be having sex with the person I was supposed to be having sex with. But I definitely know, and it could just be the fact that my boyfriend is just, you know, he just turns me on, and you know, I run like a waterfall. But I think most likely this Maca Root, y'all, like, when I say slippery, like slippery slope, like No bullshit, y'all. Like, no cap, no bullshit. If my boyfriend was not so conservative, I promise y'all I would FaceTime him right now and be like, babe, who got that wet wet? Who got that wet? No, I'm just kidding. But for real, if you guys are having issues with that aspect as well, I would definitely say grab you some of those Maca Root tablets. I'm not really gonna go on a rant about everything else because I really didn't do much. Like I said, I lost weight and I started taking that Maca Root, and I definitely seen like a tremendous change, especially when it came to me having PCOS and me trying to conceive. And so I did get pregnant twice with this, with my boyfriend. The first pregnancy obviously did not go as planned, but and I'm not even gonna go into that, but I did say that because I want you guys to realize like how much this stuff does work. Like, it wasn't just a fluke, like, oh, I just got pregnant one time and boom, it was meant to be. Like, no, I got pregnant more than one time with these, and I stand by them. I do. I stand by these, and I will argue anybody down that say that these don't work. I'm not gonna say that they're gonna work for everybody, so I don't want you guys to take what I'm saying and just hold on to this. But like I said in my life update video, if you guys haven't went to go watch that, I am on TikTok all day long, and I always come across women on my For You page that are trying to conceive, or women that have PCOS, and I never see anybody in the comments, or I never see anybody ever talking about Maca Root and how that's one extra thing that you can try. Like, so many women are trying crazy, not crazy things, because I feel like when you're ready to have a kid, and as a woman, when you want to have a baby, you're gonna try whatever it is that you can try, just so you can make it happen for yourself. And I feel like if you're willing to try Z-Quil or NyQuil and all of this other stuff that everybody else is suggesting, Maca Root is not gonna hurt. Like, Maca Root is not gonna hurt. I feel like the worst it can do is just not work for you. But I feel like if you want one more thing to try, or if you need to suggest one more thing to try to your girlfriend or to a friend or whoever, anybody you know that's trying to conceive, y'all, put them on to Maca Root. Like, legit, put them onto Maca Root. I really feel like Maca Root helps me. I feel like it helps me deal with my PCOS. It slows down my hair growth. I feel like it just made me feel better, and it did a lot for my lady parts. I also forgot to mention, prior to taking the Maca Root, I'm someone who gets bladder infections very, very easily, and I get them back to back to back to back to back. And I know a lot of women are actually very embarrassed to talk about stuff like that. Personally, I don't understand it. I get it, because I used to be like embarrassed, like, oh my god. But do y'all understand like how common that shit is? Like, every woman has gotten some type of infection down there, whether it's a bladder infection, a yeast infection, a bacterial infection, whatever it is. This shit is normal, but obviously there's ways to prevent it. But I definitely feel like Maca Root helped me with a lot of those things, and it's a natural supplement. Let me see. Yeah, it's a dietary supplement. Take 2 capsules 1 to 2 times daily with meals, or as directed by your healthcare practitioner. It says Maca Root has been used by Native Indians in Peru as a vital ingredient to health for, or some, hold on y'all, sorry, this thing is like, there's a sticker covering it. So yeah, Maca Root has been used by Native Indians in Peru as a vital ingredient to health for thousands of years. Maca Root grows in the mountains of Peru at high altitudes, making it the highest altitude growing plant in the world. It says our maca contains 3 of the most popular Maca Roots, which come in the colors of black, red, and yellow, that combine enhances powerful properties to maximize results. Our unique formula delivers 1900 milligram per serving of pure Peruvian maca, making it the most potent and highest milligrams count on the market. So there's a whole bunch of different ingredients. It's vegan, non-GMO, and it's lab tested for purity and potency. It says that it's an all-natural energizer. It promotes sexual and reproductive health, and it supports hormone balance. And so someone who struggles with PCOS, we all know that our hormones are all out of fucking whack all the damn time, and so this definitely is something that I think is worth a try. This video is not sponsored at all whatsoever. However, if you guys choose to purchase the Maca Root, you can purchase it through the link in my bio. And yeah, like, I was not paid for this video to say anything about Maca Roots. I was not paid by this company or the other company, because I'm going to list the both of them in my bio. I was not paid to do this at all. These are my own results that I had. All of these are my opinions and my thoughts on it all, and it's just something that I wanted to share with you guys. I don't know how many women who follow me struggle with infertility or women who have PCOS, but I always feel like I want to help. And so yeah, even if you are someone who has PCOS and you're not looking to have a baby, I definitely would say to make your partner aware that you are taking the Maca Root and that it does cause you to be extremely fertile. I did have to have that conversation with my boyfriend and let him know, hey, I know that we're not even thinking about having kids right now, but I'm taking Maca Root for my own personal health, and we're going to continue to do the hoochie coochie with no protection. We both got to be prepared for what the fuck's going to come out. So yeah, just like I said, just make your partner aware that that is a possibility if you do take the Maca Root. And like I said, you guys, just give it some time if you do choose to purchase it. I would like to send all of my best wishes to all of the mamas that are trying to conceive. I am sprinkling some baby dust on y'all. Like, I'm giving all of my baby energy through the camera, and I hope y'all can feel it all. And I just want to say, don't give up, y'all. Like, don't give up, don't get discouraged. Like, keep trying. Try anything, try everything, whatever it is, y'all. Like, if you've tried everything, you ain't tried Maca Root, girl, go get you some Maca Root and try it. It works. It worked for me, and so I feel like it could work for anybody. And so I was not taking any other supplements also along with the Maca Root, so there's nothing that was kind of like combining with it at the same time. So yeah, I hope all of you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below to let me know, you know, your story. Let me know what's going on with y'all, and hopefully you guys try it. Don't forget to click the link in my bio. I will have the link to this Maca Root, and then I'll have the link to the extra strength Maca Root. It is a black container, but both of them will be linked in the description box below, so make sure y'all check that out. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so you can be notified every single time I post. Okay, and yeah, I love all you baddies, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.